Hey, this is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and today we're doing a shaky cam interior review in a 2018 Jeep Compass. This is the new Compass. I believe it was released, if I remember right, it was 2017. This is at least the third time I've been in this vehicle since they redid it, and it's a phenomenal, just a great job from Jeep. The interior is really good, the exterior looks good, and the capability is worthy of the Jeep name. And the price paid is amazingly low considering all of that. This is a competitive compact crossover, competing against, vehicles in that fast growing segment that has two rows and, has everything a sedan has, plus a hatchback, plus, a little bit extra ground clearance and, more capability, I guess. I'm sitting in this in the bitter cold. You can see the winter storm warning just popped up on the infotainment. And I'm just going to quickly go over it because most Jeeps now have about the same things on the interior. They haven't really, they don't mix it up too much between the crossovers. So if you get into the smaller Renegade, you get into this, you get into the Cherokee above this, which I just had a little while ago, the 2019, and you get into the Grand Cherokee. The interiors are very similar between them, which is good. It means the switchgear is about the same, and going from one to the next is is a linear path. How's that? That's a good way to say it. A linear path. See, that's why I went to college. Learn big ass words. So over here you have doors, windows, mirrors, etc. Door locks right there. Have to remember that because for whatever reason, I'm always reaching up here to try to hit a door lock, and then I get into a car where the door locks are up here, so I'm always reaching down here for them. Yeah. Anyway, over here, lighting and dimmer and so forth. Here's the controls for all of that. Get it to focus. There we go. And the first of the vents right here. You can see the bacon and email, and there you go. On the steering wheel has a lot going on. They're pretty busy inside of Jeep. Over here are all of your controls for your driver information screen up there. So you use this to go, I want to know what's going on, and you hit OK to select stuff and whatever. Down here is your telematics. Everybody knows I love that word. So, phone stuff here. Also, if you need to pair a phone, just quickly hit this. And if it doesn't have a phone paired, it'll pop up over there on the infotainment screen and say, hey, do you want to add a phone? This is a voice controls. They are half decent with the Uconnect system. They're not the best. They're not the worst. They're half decent. I'm just going to leave it there. Over here you have, and by the way, with Uconnect, you really don't need that a whole lot. Most everything is really intuitive, and you can control it from here, I believe, but I don't tend to do that. I tend to use the paddles on the back. I'll talk about those in a second. First, let's look at the cruise control, which I apparently have smudged with something. Anyway, yeah, it's probably, grease from a burger or something. I'm pretty good at that stuff. I need to wipe that off. So anyway, here is the turn it on and off part of the cruise control, and then the rest of it should be pretty self-explanatory. This does not have adaptive cruise, which would have more buttons down here for distance and whatnot. On the back, there's a little paddle thing on either side of the steering wheel right here on the very back. That has it has an indent on the bottom part of it, or right, no, wait, I'm feeling it now. See, I'm feeling it. It's tactile. So, right in the middle is a bump. That is the fulcrum for the lever, so that it goes up or down from there. And there's another one on this side of the steering wheel. So those control the radio. Or whatever is on the infotainment screen. So this side over here controls volume up and down. This side over here is channel or track select. It takes a little while to get used to it, but once you get used to it, you realize, wow, that's really awesome, because you're just driving along, you got your hand over here, you're driving along, and you're like, I don't like this song, dink, and you go to the next one. Then up here you have your lighting. Over here you have your stuff that cleans the windows. Window washers. Back and forth, and then you have to twist. There is no up and down for the windshield wipers. So you twist this for the front wipers, you twist this for the rear wiper, and you can see there's different settings. Now, let's see if I can get this to work. There's some pretty cool, like, rainbow action going on in there, huh? Anyway, so tachometer, speedometer, your gearing and your fuel, engine stuff, and then this changes according to what you're doing. The bar on the bottom, which is the odometer, that does not change, but this right here does. When you push different buttons, you'll see different things come up on the screen. If I can, there we go. So coolant temperature, driver assist info. In this particular model, that's mostly crash mitigation, stuff like that. Here's your fuel economy, and there you go, trip info, and so forth. I've been mostly leaving it on this digital speed gauge because I kind of like a digital speedometer. And then up here, that does not mean I'm in Nebraska. That means I'm facing northeast. You know, just FYI. You can see over here the lane keeping is on, and you can turn that off. This tells you if the engine is on or not, because it does have auto stop start. So coming around, let's look here. So infotainment, you can see it's the usual, pretty clear. Uconnect. This is the larger screen, I believe it's 8.4 inches. And then you can see what's going on. So I have it on liquid metal. It's playing Guar. You. And up here you have time and whatnot, and then you can see what's going on. I have my seat, the bun warmers and the steering wheel heat on because it is bitter cold. It's 29 degrees outside. It's snowing a little bit. Whoa. See? And yeah, so you can control all of that through the climate down here. I turned off the main climate so it's not blowing into the microphone on this. Like, yeah, that doesn't make you feel sick, does it? Raw. Let me do that some more. I'm a professional, folks. Down here you have your climate control stuff. So this is the parking radar. This is for the lane keeping and stuff. This mutes whatever is playing, so it mutes the radio. This turns that screen right there on and off. Nice to have that. And of course your Duke's lights. Then the volume and so forth. Down here is all the other climate controls. So all the hard controls are down here. You can do most everything from there. One thing that's missing that I kind of wish the Jeep had is the ability to just push a button to do seat heating. They don't have that, and I don't know that I've ever seen it in a Jeep recently. So I believe you always have to do it through the climate right there, which is a bit annoying to me. But I will note that when you do things like remote start, if the weather outside is very cold, it does automatically turn on the seat heating for the driver and all of that. So, you know, passengers, sucks to be them, but it takes care of the driver. Down here you have some plugs. You have your four-wheel drive control. This does have the Freedom Drive in it, so it has all the nice little four-wheel drive options for controlling. You just twist this to move through them. You lock the differential right there. Here is the shifter, and there's a nice little coin holder. I don't really know what else you could put in there. Phones mostly don't fit unless you're in the old school flip phone still. But that's a good spot to drop coins and whatnot. Shifter here, you can manually choose gears there. Don't know why you want to do that. Here's my coffee mug. Down there's the automatic stop start on the left. The middle is the park brake, and the right is the traction control. And then here's your drink holders. Put my stuff back. This is the leatherette right here. Pretty good seating. I like this a lot actually, but I don't like the monotone. I get a little bored with that. I do like that they added a little shaping and movement and stuff. It's all soft materials. Pretty good sound dampening considering the price point. But I do these sorts of interiors I find boring. I don't like the monotone colors. I like a little more going on, but that's me. Not everybody's like that. I do like the orange stitching edges though. That's pretty cool. And you can see they embossed Jeep in it, and you know, did Jeepy things. Here's your little storage box in there. The back seat had the kids back there most of the time. That's a really good back seat. I like it a lot. It's just about right sized. Considering the size of the vehicle, it's just about right sized for, you know, a small family, 3-4 people, and pretty good cargo space. I like it. This also has the panoramic sunroof, which is another good option. Up here, I want to show you if it will focus. I know the lighting's goofy. Here's how you open the rear hatch. This controls that panoramic sunroof I was talking about, plus the regular sunroof opening and closing, and the lighting. So, really like the layout of Jeep, really like the way they look now. They feel more upscale than they ever have. And again, you don't lose the capability. This is a surprisingly capable little crossover, easily one of the best in the segment. I would put it on par with anything you want to name as far as good for light off-road duty. It's easily equal to the Subaru Forester, Outback, etc. Very, very good vehicle. Better than most when it comes to getting into the dirt or getting where you want to be. Also really like the engine. They did a good job right-sizing that engine, and the transmission, which I believe is an 8-speed. I'll have to look that up. It could be 10. If it is, I'll write it down there. But I think it's an 8-speed. It's it shifts well. They've done the programming really well. They had to iron that out a little bit. I remember first driving this and wondering why it kept shifting when I was in that 30, 35-ish range. And that's really been fixed. Not much to complain about with this vehicle anymore. They've done a very good job ironing out the kinks and getting it right. So there you go. This has been Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com in a 2018 Jeep. Let me see if I can point at it and cover it enough. There you go, Jeep. Compass. So, that's it. Talk to you again soon.